You're listening to Thomasville, North Carolina's best gospel, WEOM 103.1 FM.
Hi, this is Kaye Dee.
And this is Motormouth, and welcome back.
And we're talking about...
We're going to talk about the Obama, the country, the Romneys.
Politics. Again. Didn't I say earlier I was tired of politics, but we can't get off it.
Carroll, McCain.
Yeah.
All this crazy stuff that's going on.
I promise
you. For the people that want to leave.
I promise you I want to leave politics alone. But for some reason, this election was so unusual. It's like the offshoot of the election is presented other problems that we normally would not even be looking at. There's too much going on political-wise, okay? Like these people that want us to secede from the United States Motormouth. Let's just break this down for a minute. And let's not forget the Petraeus investigation with General Petraeus and all this. I'm like, can we mention political drama?
Yeah, but you know, with the drama and everything, I really feel that this election was the most racial election in a long time. You know, where racism was all around the playing table.
There really
also on the playing field. And, you know, and it's just seeming like now that the election is over, they cannot deal with the fact that they lost. And and then, you know, the way they presenting it is so phony to me. You know, when they talk about the black votes, the Hispanic votes, the Asian votes and everything, I say, like...
Oh, you mean like excuses that they're coming up with for why Romney lost and why Obama won?
You know, and everything else of the gifts and all of this stuff.
By the way, I'm still waiting on my gift. Everybody's talking about what Romney's coming to talk about. What? Okay, Motormouth, what did he say exactly?
Well, you know, I just think...
Because I read it, but I tried to block him out.
I just think it's just highlight that the man really meant what he said about his 47%.
Of course he did.
Because... I feel like he's trying to say that 47% is the people that Obama gave the gifts to, the young people that they were, you know, about their tuition, you know, for going to college.
Exactly.
You know, it's just so funny, you know, to me. And then, you know, I look at it this way here. He picked Karl Rove to be his campaign manager. Karl Rove was another candidate manager for running for president underneath the Republican Party.
Okay.
If that person lost, why you keep on dealing with a loser? You know, he should have got somebody else that was more promising. I mean, Karl Rove already had a losing record. So Romney, what makes him think that he's gonna win?
But they didn't, and it was a matter of choice. So why are they having a fit about it?
Yeah,
and it's not the election. Is it not over?
Yeah,
it's
but that's
over.
What I'm saying. You know, now Obama went back with Axelrod. You know,
David Axelrod.
Yeah, he had a winning track record. He won the last time he ran with him. So why not go? So I just think the Republican Party need to learn how to put together a winning campaign.
And you know what else?
Some winning issues or solutions that's going to win them the country vote, because it's not like they didn't do it in the past.
And you know what? I think based on what you mentioned in the past, I think part of the problem also is how you reach out to the potential voters that you want to gather, that you want to get. Okay, what worked in the past doesn't necessarily always work in the future. We got a new generation of people that are out. You know, everybody, believe it or not, there are a lot of people of a certain age that don't even sit down and get their news from TV anymore.
Right.
Everything's online, through the BlackBerry, through the iPad, through the iPhone. Okay, I don't really think that the Republican Party succeeded in their method of trying to reach out to the voters that they were trying to get.
Well, I think
a large percentage of them.
Well, they utilized the internet and all the modern technology, but they didn't have a message.
They didn't take, in my opinion, they did not take advantage of social media like they really could have.
Well, I know I got hit with a lot of social media for Romney on Twitter and Facebook that I didn't even care to see. You know, I mean, I had a whole bunch of it.
Yeah, there was a lot there from people that were supporting the Republican Party, but honestly, because, you know, I'm on Twitter pretty deep also, and Facebook and YouTube, but my opinion was they did not really, you know, the actual Republican Party representatives themselves did not come out and reach out on that level that I think they could have to kind of maybe taking their successful percentages up a little
Right.
bit.
Well, I felt like, I understand what you're saying, but
I
when I
mean,
looked at it,
just in
when I
comparison
looked
to
at it,
the
yeah.
opposition.
But I'm just saying, to the opposition, I felt like I kept trying to see where all this money that Obama was spending. They kept saying, because when I drive up and down the street, I don't even think I seen anywhere
Oh, you mean just
a
ride around
political
Atlanta?
sign even
Right.
saying Obama this, that, and that. But I hear that he outnumbered him in having headquarters and offices set up, in the different
Right.
states and different things. But I can't even think of an Obama supporter that came up to me this election. Like I
Well,
saw, I didn't see the
but see,
stickers.
you're talking face to
So,
face, and I
right.
agree with you.
You
And
know, the
and you know
stickers.
what, Motor Mouth, again, it's because we're in Metro Atlanta,
And
and Georgia is a Republican red state, and I
yeah,
agree with you. Even
and
riding around and looking at street signs, I did not see one. I didn't see
and
one Obama sign,
and
bumper. I just didn't.
and on the internet, the only thing I saw was really Michelle asking you, "Are you in?" That's all I saw on the internet. I ain't get too much, from the internet of them doing uh, a lot of promotion and everything. I just go back down again and just say, regardless,
Mhm.
those the Republicans need to just wimp up and realize they lost and look at what they need to do about getting some
Yeah.
good candidates. Because I mean, even last election was a joke for them with McCain and Palin.
But the
Okay?
thing about it is, we can't go back and change the past. But I'm looking at,
No, you can't change the past, but you can learn from your past.
But you know what? Let them learn. That's their thing. I'm moving
That's
on.
what I'm saying.
All I'm trying to say is this: learning from your past. Okay, it goes back to what I was trying to get to about seceding from the United States. Okay, first of all, haven't we done this before? Haven't we tried to do this? What
Yeah, they
around,
tried to do it
around
back in the
1860 or
1860s.
something
Right,
other?
right, exactly.
Okay, what happened when we tried this method before? Didn't we end up with a war? If I recall it right. Okay. Now my thing is this:
Well, didn't Trump say it's time for revolution?
well,
Okay, that's what Donald Trump said.
it's
so,
easy for Donald Trump to sit up
so there
on
might
his
be more
high
into
horse and
that.
say that. He's a
might
wealthy
be
man.
more into it than what is being presented to the people. You
True,
know,
true.
because I mean, look at gun sales and
Right,
all of this. I
right.
mean, what are they stocking up for? I mean, when
There are a
you
lot
look
of
at-
people that are
yeah.
really planning for a war right
They
now.
got
They're
all 50
planning for a
states
race
ready.
war. And that's interesting to me because this petition has started when they originally decided they were going to secede from the United States. It started from Texas, from what I recall. Texas was the first one to get this thing going. That caught my attention anyway. Next thing I know, Georgia jumped on. I said, no, they didn't. Texas, Georgia, Louisiana, North Carolina, South Carolina, Florida, all now, as of this morning, the last time I looked, all the states are in on it. All 50 states. And the thing about Georgia, I don't know what to say. Y'all gonna make me pack up and move. Georgia got so deep with it, they have 2 petitions. All the other states have 1. Georgia has 2. So my thing is this. If anybody is that upset, well, you just want to, and then they claim they want to peacefully leave. But when I read that paperwork, it was no peace in there that I saw. Not the stuff that I didn't, document it, but the stuff that I
say
read didn't
ship
seem
them
like a
all
peaceful
back
petition.
to their homelands.
That's what I think should happen. Honest to God,
ship them
Mona
all
Lisa.
back.
As I figure, I don't care what anybody
Don't
says.
give them no states.
The United States has a lot of problems, but I still say I haven't gone to every other country on this planet, but I still say out of the places that I have traveled, the United States still offers more opportunity, even with the crazy problems we have now. I would still prefer to be here. But if you don't want to be here, the last time I checked, all you had to do was get your passport, get to travel, and decide where you want to go. And the borders are still open. You can move any place you want to move. People move every day out of the country, just like people move in here every day. So what do you think, Mona? I just think they should pack and move.
Yeah, because, I mean, none of the people who's talking about, leaving is originally from here anyway.
Hello.
Or at least their ancestors
Who
wasn't
who
really
is
from
originally from here?
You know?
As far as the
Right.
origin goes.
And you ain't never heard them talking about going nowhere.
Yeah, and I'm thinking about,
if you're not a Native American,
get the packing.
Yeah.
If your ancestors are from Ireland, you can go back to Ireland. Your ancestors are from Germany, England, doesn't matter. Switzerland, doesn't matter.
Belgium and keep on.
You can pack and move back.
Yeah.
But I don't think that, I'm with you, Motor Mouth. I don't think that it's going to be a cool thing that you just want a particular state. And it wonder what state they trying to get.
You know,
They
I don't
want
know.
one particular state. I guess the plan is they're going to all pack up and move to that one state. I don't know. What
Well,
do you think, Motor Mouth?
I find it like this here. Is the funniest thing to me. Of all these people in all these states, there's not a one governor that's down with them on this move.
Because they don't want to give up their state, probably.
Yeah, they don't want to give
You're
up their
You're
job
not
neither.
getting this one. Oh, but
Yeah.
on a serious note, the thing about it, the last time I looked, it was almost 30,000 people that actually signed this, the petition in Georgia. And like I say, Georgia got so deep, they have 2 of them now. But based on White House policy in the past, once they reach a signature amount of 25,000, then their policy with the White House to actually respond to the petition. But I don't think as of today that they've actually responded to any of this stuff yet, Motor Mouth. But who knows? Maybe.
Yeah, even if they do respond to it, it still is a no-no. It's
Yeah.
not going to go through.
Now, wouldn't it be interesting? Is in a bizarre world they decided they're gonna give up Georgia? You know what? I'm gonna have to get to pack it in because I don't want to live in a state where you got a bunch of folks that want to. Well, it wouldn't be a state if they got what they wanted, because Georgia would be its own entity, its own country. But I'm thinking, out of all the places, I know I'm being a little crazy today, where that would probably work and actually be a success would be Texas, because I don't think most Texans think that they're really part of the United States. Texas is different. I love Texas. Don't get me wrong. I've lived there. But Texas has its own vibe, almost like their independence, like they're not really a part of the United States anyway. So it probably work good
but
there.
that's to me, I lived in Texas too for a minute.
You know what I mean? They got that different
But that's just a certain group of people that give you that feeling about Texas,
Mainly the native Texans. And reality is that I've lived in Texas for over 20 years. There's not that many native Texans there.
Well,
most of the people I encountered were from elsewhere.
Well, I mean, most of the native Texans is they don't have no power there. No way. I mean, they either was the descendants of the Mexicans that was there, or it was the different Indians that was there that have found the land.
Can we say remember the Alamo?
Yeah, they came in there. So, I'm just saying, no whites is originally from Texas, know. And so they need no blacks originally.
No, I
from
mean
Texas.
people that are just born and raised there.
Right.
I don't mean, I'm not going back over the generations
Well,
and centuries.
I was still on that thing about the people who moved and sending them back over to Ireland, Germany, and everything else. Let them get on the plane and let them just ride. You know what I'm saying?
Native Texans, I mean just, born and raised there.
Because I mean, but
my
when we talk
children are native Texans.
Yeah,
Let's keep it real.
But when we talk about people talking about seceding, the United States and forming their own, 90% of them probably was born in the states that they were, from.
Yeah.
So that's the reason why I'm just including all of them. You know, not making no exception for nobody.
Yeah. I'm not either. Don't get me wrong. I'm not making exceptions or other rule for any of them. I'm just saying in general, as far as a mindset and a mentality.
Yeah.
Texans, native Texans, they're different. Definitely in a good way, but they're just different. It's a certain amount of independence. Well, they just think differently. I don't know how to explain it.
I don't care how.
Maybe it's because it's such a large state. I don't know.
I understand what you're trying to say there. But
y'all still can't just take a state.
but when you talk about something like that, I look at Louisiana, Alabama, South Carolina, Florida,
North Carolina too.
Right, Georgia.
Yeah.
Some parts of Tennessee.
Yeah.
They all think like that.
You know what? You're right. And I've gone to every state that you mentioned, and I'm telling you, all it is state pride. You're supposed to be proud of your state. But all I'm trying to say is Texas is the only place that I've lived where they take it on a whole different level. They just do.
I guess
they call it God's country. They take it on a different level. Just my opinion. Maybe I bumped into a whole bunch of bizarre folks when I lived there. I don't know, but they take it on a different level.
I'm just saying, you can go.
Love y'all in Texas. I love you. Don't be emailing me with no craziness. But anyway, the reality is, I don't think that the Obama administration or the governors of these particular states are going to be willing to give up anything. But so much unusual situations have occurred this year. Nothing would surprise me.
Well, number one, they don't have the infrastructure already in place to do anything like that.
I don't think it's going to happen, no. But we'll see. It's going to be interesting. And speaking of interesting, there's so much unusualness going on right now. Like, you got me thinking about the thing about General Petraeus in the Obama administration.
Yeah, stuff comes. Well, we need to go ahead and take another break for the calls, and we'll be right back.
Back in a moment.
Live and in full effect, this is Black Leaf online. And whenever I listen to the radio, I listen to WEOM 103.1 FM with Kaye Dee and Motormouth. Peace.
You're listening to Thomasville, North Carolina's best gospel, WEOM 103.1 FM.
You're listening to Kaye Dee on the Motormouth Show.
Welcome back, guys. I'm Kaye Dee.
And I'm Motormouth.
And we're here talking about we're going to lead into talking about General Petraeus and everything that's going on with the investigation with them. Whoo, what's your take on it, Motormouth? It keeps changing every day, and it's getting a little bizarre.
Well, I really haven't been paying that much attention to it because I really don't care about it. You know, I mean, it's the man's personal business. Now, the thing that I do care about is, did he pass on any top secret information or anything like that? And what are they really trying to cover up and bringing it out at this point in time when there's so many other things that need to be focused on outside of this election that just ended? You know, I think we got a lot of good things, you know, here on the table, but they being cover up, you know, like kind of like camouflage. It's just interesting to see what's what, because as they saying over, was in Libya somewhere where they had the
Syria. I think it was Syria.
Syria, okay, where they had the problems. You know, it's just curious. You know, I'm just curious to understand what's really going on.
Well, I found the timing of it interesting, and you know, a friend of mine called me. We were talking yesterday about this whole situation. She was pretty much saying the same thing, like, why should I care what this man's doing in his personal life? My thing was this, you know, we don't have to care, but the thing that makes General Petraeus' situation different, in my opinion, is, first of all, his title. I don't care what he does on his personal life. I'm with you. That's between him and his wife. They, you know, he's doing whatever, cheating on this lady. Even though I don't think it's morally right, it's not my calling because he's not my husband.
But as far as we know, he might not have been cheating.
He might not have been.
I mean,
we don't
with
know.
all these pictures that they got coming out in the groups and everything, they might have been doing something else that we might not have been.
But based on what I recall, he's already admitted that they did have an affair. He hadn't denied that.
Yeah,
he's already admitted it. And my thing, again, that's his personal business.
You're missing what I'm saying, though. You know, but go ahead, because you know, in some culture.
No, I get what you're saying. You're trying to say
switching off.
You're trying to say that it could, because I'm with you. To me, I'm the type of person, whatever's presented on the surface sometimes is not always what's really going on. Okay, all of this could be a nice, pretty packaged distraction for something that could be covered up that the media might not want to bring up right now. All of it could be a buffer to try to keep him from, testifying against what's going on overseas right now.
Well, I don't see that happening, but I heard this morning that there's a conspiracy that the two ladies was together and trying to draw money.
It could have been.
Yeah, you know, so
there's so much drama going on with the folks. I don't know what's up.
It's a real good paint and play story.
But yeah, there's even allegations that the other lady, I'm not even trying to remember this lady's name. It's the lady with the pink dress on every time they show up. Pretty dress. But the lady with the dark pink dress, they're all up in their business, hauling the computers out the car, bringing the boxes full of files down the stairs. They're all up in this lady's house. All I know is she's somebody that's involved somehow in this patent place, conglomerate, situational, political rhetoric stuff, married to some guy. He's walking around with his scrubs on. He just left the hospital. He's a cancer surgeon. And somehow they're all tied up with Petraeus and, you know, but the thing, I don't know, and Alan, and, she's really a socialite. And I'm thinking, okay, so why do we really care about this lady in the pink dress? But somehow they're intertwined. Somehow they're related. Somehow all this is going on. But the thing that got a little stupid to me, Motormouth, was like they did all this other investigation with this other guy that they brought up. Who is he, a sergeant or something?
Well, he's another general.
Another general. But after their investigation, well, there's really nothing to report because we've just got lots of emails. So we're not interested in these people's emails. I'm not. So I don't my thing is there's a whole lot going on, but there's a whole lot, I think, going on that we're not really being privileged enough to see.
Yeah,
That's just my honest opinion of what's going on.
Because you got the two highest, one of the two highest ranked generals,
Mm-hmm.
one for CIA,
Right.
and one is over the Afghanistan conflict that's going on.
Right.
That's involved in this, okay?
Right. Mm-hmm.
And how they leaking out the different things and everything. But it's just going to be interesting to see, what kind of scapegoats they are
Mm-hmm.
for whatever's going on.
What's
right.
really going on? I don't want you motor mouth. I'm just gonna sit back and let all the soap opera stuff pass up and just hope they get to the end of what's really going on.
I just wish I could have the movie rights.
That would be a nice movie though, wouldn't it?
Oh man.
That'd be a good one on Lifetime Channel, movie of the. Ooh, that'd be a good movie.
Be a
and
good
I
one.
bet you somebody's already working on it.
Shoot. It'd be a good one at the box office,
That'd be a good movie.
Oh man.
It's something else that would be a good movie.
Just think of all the conflict, the drama, the action.
You got political intrigue.
You got military action.
Men in power, which is very attractive from a female perspective. I don't care what nobody says. Women like men in power. That's enough for a good movie right there.
But I'm just thinking
movie.
about all the people that lost their lives while these two been lollygagging.
I thought about that too.
Yeah,
we got people.
know,
Can you imagine?
People on the battlefield.
Speaking of lollygagging, okay.
Oh man.
Don't let me go back, but I'm going back. Can you imagine, just for a second, if you're somebody actually serving your country right now overseas, okay, and you come back home and you looking at all this drama going on, here's your home state, talking about seceding and leaving. What? Seceding and leaving the Union after you just got back from serving your country? Can you imagine?
Man,
And we all lost our minds over here.
I know.
And we all go crazy.
And casting, I would love to have, what's that guy like? Jack Nicklaus play one.
Jack Nicholson?
Yeah, play one of the general. I just love that part when he said, "You can't stand the truth."
Yeah, you mean Jack Nicholson. Yeah, Jack
Yeah.
Nicholson is good. I don't care what you put him in. He's
Yeah.
just a good actor.
And
He
then
really
I can't
is.
think of the other actor. I can't think of, but they have him in all the.
Who, Charlie Sheen?
No, I'm talking about.
Okay, I'm acting silly. I can't
I'm
see
talking
him in
about
any of
somebody that in all the like high technical government movies, they have him in there.
I can see Michael
Okay.
Douglas in a role in here somehow for some reason.
But I can't think of this one guy's name.
Oh well.
But yeah, but as I say, it's a soap opera for real.
It is.
Paint and place.
And for some bizarre reason,
2012.
I'm looking at it, but I'm not like overly deep into analyzing it because I just think this is all fluff and we hadn't really got down to what we really know about it. That's just my opinion.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let them go through the fluff before I really kind of anchor in on it on a different level.
Well, I also look at it, with all this stuff coming down and everything, it's the changing of the hands. Let's look
Pretty
at
much.
it. Because they now got to be replaced.
They do.
And it's just interesting to see what's going to come up, as far of this military action and who's going to be in control. Because right now, we're going to get a whole new office up there with Obama.
Changing of the guards.
Right,
Hillary
so,
Clinton is also, based on what I recall reading, says she's not interested in,
well, I
her
understand
title
Hillary
anymore either.
I understand Hillary. Her
Yeah.
her purpose.
I'm
and
not
everything.
surprised at that for some reason.
Well, no, but Hillary, I understand that wholeheartedly because Hillary still got the first chance of being the first female president.
I don't think she's
You
interested.
know-
She said that she would never run again, and I honestly believe her.
Well, I read something in the news where the reason why she's leaving the office is prepare for her run in 2016.
So you saying we can't believe her when she said that? 'Cause
No,
she said she vowed that she would never run again.
This was something I read this morning.
So
in the
maybe she
news.
changed her mind,
You
Motormouth, you
know.
think?
I just don't see her giving up that power like that when she got that opportunity to do that and being married to Bill. I just don't see them not shooting for that
Being
office.
married to Bill, boy,
Yeah,
oh
you
boy.
know,
I'm sitting here thinking.
shooting for that office again, But it's well, we do know that she will be one of the people that the Democrat will recommend and do for 2016. I'm quite sure.
But speaking of 2016, there's a couple of people that have already filed and getting the paperwork lined up. Republicans. I think George Bush's. I'm thinking George Bush's brother.
Jeb Bush.
Yeah, Not Jed. It was a George Bush Jr. something or other. I can't recall exactly.
I know they was talking about Jeb Bush too.
Oh, him too?
Yeah,
I know there's
Florida.
a couple of people already lined up to say, well, apparently we're going to have the Bushes in the White House again one way or the other. They have anything to do with it.
Oh, yeah.
They've already lined up to run in 2016. So we'll see what's going to happen. It's going to be interesting, but I'd be genuinely surprised if Hillary Clinton would run again. You know, I don't know. She just looks like she's kind of burnt out to me. Maybe I'm wrong. Or maybe she's burnt out because it's not the office that she really wants, you know, that she really wants to be in.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, but think about it. Since she left the Senate, she haven't run. I mean, and then in 2008, she haven't ran for anything.
Well, she's held an office since then.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But she didn't have to
Matter of
run.
fact, she's Secretary of State right now.
Right, but she didn't have to run for that. She was appointed that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, so she got some wind in her, I think, if she decided to do so.
Like if she wanted to go for the highest office in the land again, so she gets some energy going again.
But you know, well, automatically it's like this. If she ran for Democrat for the presidency in 2016, I don't see no one on the platform right now that compete with her. You know, name somebody.
Condoleezza Rice.
She's Republican.
You said they would compete.
I said Democrat.
Right? Oh, Democrat. Oh,
you're right.
Can't think of anybody off the top of my head.
That's what I'm saying.
But you know, we got a long way to go. A lot can happen between now and 2016.
And you know, Colin Powell is not going to run. So.
Well, you know what? At this point, I'm never going to say never because Hillary Clinton said that she would never run, and look what's happening based on what you said. So who knows? Colin Powell might actually run. You never know.
Nah.
If things get a little, I said no about Hillary because when she ran, she was so adamant. Oh no, this is never for political. So you know, people change their minds, and that's their right. So, but I don't know. But I'm thinking on the Republican ticket, all I could think of is maybe Condoleezza Rice. But she said that she would never run for office. But who knows? They all say they'll never do it. Oh, speaking of running for office, you got me thinking about
Paul Ryan said he'd go again.
Yeah, he did. And I'm not surprised at that for some reason. I'm not surprised at him.
You got Christy?
He's got a long career ahead of him still. Long career. Governor Christy, he'd be a good candidate. And I can't think of anybody else that comes off the top of my head that would be a name that would just automatically pop up. Democratic, I can't think of that many, though.
Yep.
I just can't.
But you know, speaking of Republicans and all, let's talk about this McCain, John McCain. Now here he is making all this noise in the media, and then the man missed the most important meeting that he needed to be at.
John McCain is just upset right now, Motormouth. He's not a happy camper. I don't think he's been a happy camper since his, you know,
run for
his
president.
run. Yeah, I don't think he's been happy since then. Really don't.
Yeah.
But yeah, you were telling me about that. I wasn't too familiar with what was going on because I just saw John McCain. I'm like, okay, Senator McCain's complaining about salt again. I just kind of just ignored him. But you know, you gave me the inside scoop on what's going on with him.
Yeah, he was on CNN and holding a press conference and got pissed off when the reporter asked him why wasn't he at the meeting.
Are you trying to say he was cutting hooky?
Yeah. Asking why wasn't he at the meeting and the debriefing about the incident that he making so much noise about. And when he's one of the members of the committee.
I don't know.
Yeah, he got pissed. You know, they've been showing his face all across the internet today.
It's called being in other people's business when you don't have the right to be in that business.
He got mad and told them that they didn't have the rights to tell him where he needed to be or what he can do.
What? See, I missed that part.
He didn't say it like that, but he said it.
But that's what he meant.
Yeah, he said it a lot uglier than when I just presented it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. That's the reason why the news media is making such a big issue of it.
Because of how he said it?
Oh, yes. And he was pissed, you know. And then he went through one interview, wouldn't even answer the question.
Wow.
Well, in fact, he never answered that question. Why wasn't he at the meeting?
Because that was going to be my question. Why wasn't he at the meeting if he was supposed to be there?
But they say he was at the meeting yesterday, though. That's right.
So he showed up yesterday.
Oh, yeah. And then they asked him again, and he still wouldn't answer.
He said, "No, your business." Oh my goodness, these politicians, I tell you, never dull moment. You could almost write a soap opera just based on politics alone.
Yeah. But you know, funny thing to me about that though, him, McCain, and Romney, they seem like they're two peas in a pod, you know, because they both can't get over that they lost.
And in reality, it kind of boils down to that in the end. You're right. It's
Yeah,
like,
I
you
mean,
know,
so arrogant that they
you
could
don't want to
not
be a sore
believe.
loser, but it's kind of coming across that way.
Yeah, because the man lost. All he had to do was pick up the phone and call Obama so they could get the party on. Didn't want to do it. Because you can ask him, what are he going to call? What are he going to call?
I suppose, but you need to get over it. And like you say, if you can't get over it, then line up, get ready for the next election, or get your passport and move on to another country if it's that upsetting you that bad. I mean, gosh, what more can you do?
Yeah.
But there are a lot of people that are claiming that Obama rigged the election. I saw that in the head. I'm like, he did?
Yeah.
Did he rig the election and I'm not aware of it?
Well, they said that was from his gifts and everything, right?
And speaking of election, did they ever get Florida? Is Florida still down there counting votes?
Yeah, they got Florida votes in.
Man.
Obama won it.
Oh, my goodness. I know I'm acting silly. I'm like, man, I'm sure there's somebody.
Yeah.
Somebody's still down there counting some ballots.
For some odd reason, the Republicans got something to do with that Florida election. It's like it's their trump card. And after they realized that Trump card did not have no power, then they went ahead and said, release the votes.
And speaking about releasing the vote and something bizarre, I'm teasing Florida, but gosh, even right here in Metro Atlanta, what's up in Fulton County? Did you notice that?
Yeah.
It took them, like a year to count the votes.
Did they ever get them in?
They gave them this unusual 5 o'clock end of the day something other deadline, and they finally got it in, but it was a bunch of drama there.
Yeah.
I'm like, what in the world is going on? They were like assessing blame, and the power the heads that be, as I call them, was blaming it on the people that they hired for the political process, and they were blaming it on the other folks. They were just blame passed everywhere, and I don't know what was going on. But it took them like an extra couple of days, almost a week, and they were still trying to figure out what to do. And I think that toward the end they had like 11,000 ballots left to count. They had to do them the old school way.
Yeah.
So I don't know what was up with that.
Now, before we go, I'm going to bring up this one thing, and it was something that we talked about on the last show right after Sandy happened.
Okay.
And everything. And when we was talking about people who want to give and donate money.
Hurricane Sandy.
Right. You remember I told you, I said instead of doing it to the Red Cross, they need to go directly to the Treasury or the State Departments and give them money. Did you hear about the Red Cross spending $180,000?
Oh, I saw a lot of people that were not happy with the Red Cross.
For a hotel for 1 week to put the people in.
Wow.
Yeah. That's the reason why a lot of times.
How much, Motormouth?
$181,000 for a hotel.
Apparently they weren't staying at the Motel 6 or anything.
No. I forgot the name
Where
of
did the Sheraton?
They call it some swank hotel that they were staying in. That's where they had it written. I forgot the name of it. But where they had the workers that came, the volunteers and everybody to stay and everything. And that's the reason why I
Courtyard Marriott, I don't know, Sheraton, I don't know.
That's the reason why I feel sometimes, like
Ritz-Carlton.
It's better to give the money to the agencies that's within inside the state structure and disasters to actually deal with the state problem, than inviting a third party that's trying to come in and do something. Because
I don't know the extreme details of that. That's kind of unusual for the Red Cross, though.
But we don't know. I mean, I just figure, Red Cross been known to do stuff like that for the longest.
I have a good buddy that's the National Communications Director for the Red Cross. I might need to call him, see what's going on.
Yeah.
I wasn't aware of all that going on. Seriously.
Yeah, but a lot of major organizations that don't deal with certain things do spend a lot of money in their operation of them doing, for them to exist.
Yeah.
And I figure just like this here, deal with the state because you got FEMA on the other end from the federal government.
Right.
So why bring someone in that? I mean, I'm not trying to say Red Cross don't have their purpose. But I just feel like in certain things and certain disasters, you need to deal with the states and then let the state call upon Red Cross because they out there lobbying, getting their money all year long anyway.
So I'm just wondering, Motormouth, Call me.
Because they have their fundraisers.
I just assumed that it was an agreement with the state for the Red Cross. I'm assuming for the Red Cross to collect the funds because they were just there from the beginning. And I'm thinking like most other people thinking, you would think nothing about it. I mean, even when you just got online, it didn't matter what browser, where. I mean, the Red Cross was just everywhere. The telethons, it was like send your money to the Red Cross. So who actually makes the decision to send the money to the Red Cross? Is it not agreed upon by the states itself, or is it a national agreement with FEMA?
I know just like this here.
Mm-hmm.
That's something that needs to be looked into.
I'm just wondering, just playing devil's advocate on that.
Right. I mean, I just look at them as any other nonprofit.
Yeah, because they are nonprofit.
Right, and what they say their purpose is. And they never disclose exactly how much money is actually used for disaster from the money that is used from their operation. I mean, maybe it's in their physical report.
Yeah, like what part goes for administration, what part goes to the actual disaster that they're
But I just figure, like if you're dealing with a disaster like that, it's just better give it to the state and everything because everybody already paid for doing their job. You got. So
I'm wondering if you wanted to donate, how would you give it to the state? I mean,
I'm quite sure they have it set up on their website. Every state got it set up. So
you just Google the state of New York, New Jersey, Philly, and go that way.
Just go through the Secretary of State, and they will tell you how to make a donation.
Yeah,
right.
Because they're definitely going to need help because based on what I recall, it's going to be over $1 billion.
Oh yeah,
couple of billion,
right
to
underneath
restore everything.
Katrina,
yeah, it's a lot of money and it's a lot of disaster too.
And to me, it wouldn't surprise me if it went beyond Katrina, because you got a lot more people living in that space, per square miles than what you did.
Larger land mass, larger amount of people.
Inhabitants,
And from what I
per
saw,
square mile.
Larger per square mileage of damage. Did you see the damage? The boardwalk is gone. I mean, it's a lot of damage. A lot of damage. Whoo, boy. Okay. Oh, well. Well, Motormouth, I guess that's going to wrap it up for the week. We've hit on a little bit of everything, and I'm sure next week is going to be a little bit more going on because there's still a lot of stuff. Oh, and I'm not going to get that deep with, but did you hear about the earthquake in Kentucky? Earthquake? Mm-hmm. I actually looked at the earthquake. I'm like, an earthquake? And based on what I looked at, Metro Atlanta got some of that. I'm like, maybe that's why I overslept last week and everything.
Yeah,
earthquake.
But
I'm just thinking, earthquake? Kentucky and Atlanta, earthquake?
I forget the name of the fault, but they got a big fault here that run this part of the country, and somewhere in Georgia, if I'm thinking, it's even separated by 90 miles.
I believe
big opening,
because based on what they were saying, Atlanta received the same, what do you call it, the tremors? I'm like, what? Interesting.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why Georgia signed that petition twice. Maybe they're going to give up Georgia because of the earthquake and the fault line. I don't know. I kind of like Atlanta, but I can pack. Can't deal with no earthquake. But anyway, let me stop acting silly. But anyway, this is Kaye Dee with Motormouth.
And we'll see you next week.
Yeah, with the Kaye Dee and Motormouth Radio Show. Hope you guys have enjoyed it. Shout out to WEOM, Earl Harrison with Harrison Live.
Everybody have a happy, happy Thanksgiving.
Peace and grace.
Peace.
You're listening to Kaye Dee on the Motormouth Show on 103.1 WEOM.